Welcome back to Easy Spirit 101. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Let's get right into a Divine Collective reading for whoever needs to hear it at this time. As I was getting started, I was picking up Marie Antoinette. Not everybody's going to really know, and I'm no kind of history buff, but I do understand a certain amount about Marie Antoinette. She was known for living very lavishly, and she was also known, a lot of people were not happy that she was in the position that she was in. She had a reputation for being out of touch. That was what that like let them eat cake comment really was. She was being seen, someone in response to the subject matter at hand, that comment was seen as very out of touch with the people that she was supposed to be in leadership over. Really picking up something about this. Someone's being seen as like having this kind of energy. Someone either is in a position of leadership or seeks to sit in a position of leadership. Certain individuals may be looking at them like, you shouldn't really be sitting in that position. There's also something about maybe someone here has a front, or in front of other people they act like they're in need, but behind closed doors they live a very extreme, lavish lifestyle. Once upon a time, this person, again, maybe they started to be seen as openly they were seen for doing this, and as certain people started to raise their eyebrow at this individual, they may have scaled it back, and now they just kind of live or act a certain kind of way when no one's really around or when no one's looking. Don't really know why that energy is coming up, but it is for someone here. Yeah, someone here has this appearance that they do something by the book, but really they don't. They actually don't. Behind us, the minute no one's around and that door is closed, very much about, you know, like a secret lifestyle, or what we do behind closed doors is important in this energy or in this reading. Someone here is under judgment, or they will be under judgment in the very near future. I'm also getting whoever carries this energy, this could even be this person with this Marie Antoinette energy. This person here has been doing something in the 3D, and it's really coming through as a spirit like, you've been asking for this. Like, however this turns out on this person is like, you don't realize what you've been asking for. You've been asking for something to turn out the exact way that it is going to turn out, and this person's not going to like the results. This could have something to do with, like, again, something about closed doors, doing something behind closed doors. For instance, if someone here keeps asking that, like, that someone be exposed, they're going to be exposed. Something like that here. Or if someone keeps asking something when it comes to someone's finances, or dig into, for instance, there's something about something not being by the book. Someone might keep taking a certain route or putting a lot of energy into like looking into someone's finances, and in the process their finances are being looked into, and maybe someone here, they're seeing something, they're seeing something that's going to cause someone to feel the need to defend themselves. Whoever had this Marie Antoinette energy wanted maybe Divine Collective here to be in a position where they need to defend themselves, and the tables, it's like something's coming full circle on this person. This could be something's happening very karmically in kind of a subtle way, because this is like God's lesson for this person. Like, make sure who you're pointing your finger at, or like, what are you doing pointing your finger at certain situations or individuals. Ooh, interesting. So wherever you lay on the side, it's like someone flipping a coin. Someone may have taken a gamble on doing something here when it comes to Divine Collective. And it's like maybe a gamble they should not have taken. But somehow I'm really getting this person who's initially come out with this Marie Antoinette energy, or pointing the finger at someone when really like they're doing something behind closed doors that a finger could be pointed at. They have brought judgment in on themselves in the process. And karma is coming in such a way that God's like, okay, here you go. And it's going to turn out in a way that, again, this person may not like this. And I do see favor going over Divine Collective here. And it has something to do with, for somebody, maybe a setup. Something could have been a setup. And that's part of why the Divine Collective has favor in this situation karmically, energetically. Because somebody tried to do something against their will. That was the intention. This judgment, this situation here under judgment, this is divine judgment that's coming in. Someone here is called divine judgment upon themselves, whether intentionally or unintentionally. I'm really getting through their actions. Divine judgment has come in over a situation on when it comes to the intentions behind whoever was involved in this situation. This is really coming through energetically, like someone here maybe kept really coming through, like pointing the finger at you, pointing the finger at Divine Collective. Look at them. Somebody needs to look at them. Somebody needs to dig into something. They're not doing something right behind closed doors, but really someone here had no business saying you're not doing something right behind closed doors, because they weren't doing something, like something was not on the up and up. Maybe when it comes to family, maybe when it comes to what seemed fair, what seemed balanced. This Queen of Swords keeps coming out. And I really feel like this has something to do with boundaries. This could have been part of your protection in this situation. Because again, somebody's intention. It really keeps coming through like divine judgment. This situation is currently in an energy of like 5D divine judgment because of the intention upon someone who may have been innocent or didn't deserve it, or again, something was imbalanced. I'm also getting something about like a fox's energy. Someone had the energy of a fox. A fox is very much, foxes aren't always bad. They can also be seen for their like wit and intelligence. But in this energy here, they can also be seen as a hunter. So like a hunter's energy keeps coming up. I knew I was going to say that someone, I really feel like there could be, this could be a third party situation. This could be up to or more in some cases. We have a King of Swords on the bottom, a King of Wands here. And quite honestly, I'm getting for this Marie Antoinette energy that it really initially that was coming through as a feminine energy. So there could be 3 or more people involved in a situation. Defeat is coming in because they couldn't pull something off, because this situation became under divine judgment. And that could be as simple as something was being intended upon you, and it was becoming more and more serious, that it was trickling through the 3D, and the divine stepped in and protected someone here. The divine, that's really what I'm getting with these boundaries here. That someone here was warned, was received a message of love and clarity and safety in when it comes to some sort of setup, some sort of scheme, that you were warned that you needed to put your boundaries up against possibly this King of Wands, and or whoever has this like Marie Antoinette energy, or that could even be the energy of more than one person here. There could be maybe two people under divine judgment. Really, like this is like you're caught. This energy here is like someone's caught. Someone could be looking like a couple of dum-dums. Confirmation. This could be trickling down. This started as divine judgment. It may be trickling down into the 3D here. Back to the beginning about like somebody, something, some tables are going to be turned with this. They may even know that this is coming. Defeat here. This defeat is making them anxious because whatever this setup energy is clearly like not working. And here we have somebody looking into something. Somebody looking into something, falling out on top of this initial energy. And the initial energy had something to do with somebody like pointing the finger, being like, you need to look at Divine Collective. You need to look at them. And it turns out that these, if the table were to turn, or if this person looked into Divine Collective and said, I don't see what you're seeing. There's nothing, you know, maybe things don't look perfect, but what you're claiming is not here. This is like someone here who they shouldn't have been pointing the finger, because they've got skeletons in the closet. They're doing something they shouldn't be doing beneath the surface or behind closed doors. And that's where this anxious energy comes in. And that's how something's going to end up. Something's going to end in a way that someone here didn't anticipate and didn't expect. And some sort of setup energy failed. And now someone's feeling anxious. Trigger warning with some of the images on the cards that I'm about to use. If you don't like it, don't watch it. I haven't gone into a lot of detail what I've been through when it comes to this particular channel, and certain things I've had to deal with in the background. But at this point, I don't really care. You know, if you need to turn the channel off, go ahead. Go ahead. But trigger warning, if it makes you uncomfortable, we're going to see what comes out here. What is going on? What is going on here? Tell us more about this energy, please. Tell us more about what's going on in this situation, which really seems like divine judgment coming in. Is going to turn out in a way that someone didn't anticipate. Confirmation, secrets here, or, you know, in some cases, maybe someone didn't feel like it was really a secret anymore, or maybe someone was kind of justifying that something wasn't as bad as it seems. Again, this is coming out on top of this initial energy of this Marie Antoinette. Someone here is being seen like that. Someone here lives an overly lavish lifestyle. Someone here speaks in a way that is out of touch with whoever they're supposed to be in leadership over, or whoever they oversee. or whatever community this person is supposed to be a leader in, or something about this person being or having an image of being a pillar in their community. This person, it's like, again, it's something about them pointing the finger at someone, and they probably shouldn't have done that, because somewhere in this group, in this mix, in this community, someone here has some secrets they don't really want coming out. Confirmation with the karma, firestorm on the bottom. And this is how the cookie's going to crumble. Oh, that's funny. I've never had one of those things, and I probably never will, but I'm even literally getting, like, I'm sure some of y'all have seen it on the internet or heard about it, those really overpriced cookies that are called crumble. Someone here may even have, like, get those, or they have them, or they have got them, something like that. Something about transactions. Transactions has been a key word in Divine Collective energy today. Interesting. This could have been part of the claim, because this flew out on top of whoever has had to put boundaries up here. Someone here maybe this is what they were pointing at or pointing about. That Divine Collective overindulges, has some sort of problem. Interesting. So there's a hidden group of like fake friends. This is connected to this like a community here, or whatever individuals are involved in some sort of like finger pointing. Someone here could even be married, or there's something about a hidden marriage. This is also hidden, but I'm going to bring it out over here. Someone could have married someone who was taking the place of a copycat, or someone here wanted to be someone's copycat. Someone could have claimed that, someone here could have claimed, I'm getting Divine Collective, you may have literally, you discovered something here. That someone was like a crazy ex, obsessed, wouldn't let go. Someone here was claiming this, or claiming that they discovered this about Divine Collective, and that was why Divine Collective was running, or something to that effect. I'm really getting that, like, that's in some case what happened. What happened, and like the circumstances were twisted. Like Divine Collective really found out that this is the energy that someone was dealing with, which may have caused them to go in a different direction. And someone here twisted the story. They twisted the story that it was Divine Collective who was the psycho, and now they're running, and everybody needs to throw flames and pitchforks at them. Karmic energy is very, very much important here. I'm getting, this is this like finger pointing energy. This is this, I'm being seen in a certain kind of way. This is this person's energy. This is this group of fake karmic individuals. They present themselves as always saying the right thing, or being a pillar in their community. Someone here wished to be freed, or wished to be freed from a situation. I'm actually getting that this is connected to this copycat energy. This is connected to this, some sort of copycat energy. They actually may have wished that you would move out of the way, or wish that somebody was out of the way so they could do something. Yeah, something about a private relationship. It's connected to this. It's connected to this like finger pointing group or society. Confirmation. Someone here has seen through the true colors, or has seen through the truth of a situation. So for instance, if someone made something up here, to cover their tracks. I don't know why. I mean, this really just looks like some sort of affair or something, but why is it more serious than that? Why is this a setup? In the beginning, we had something about a setup. What is the setup in regards to? Or this has to do with this person here. Maybe you found out that someone you were dealing with, maybe this was your ex-partner. And again, it was like you felt the need to get yourself away from this particular person. And they twisted around so they could be free from whatever obligations or arrangements you may have had with this person. So they could be free to move on into a new relationship. With this happily single confirmation. So for instance, like you were married to this person and they had obligations, rather than like doing something the right way, rather than like legally getting a divorce or whatever this is, they created this storyline. They twisted something around here to point the finger at Divine Collective over something to help set themselves free. Wow. Okay. Okay. What does this have to do with the Divine Collective? Because this energy is like getting strange, and this really confirmation again about maybe you realize this is what you were dealing with an ex-partner or an ex-group or something, and you were trying to get yourself away from certain individuals. And now we have this energy coming out. And again, it's coming through like someone here felt the need to turn this back around. What does this have to do with Divine Collective? Interesting. Something is very karmic here. And so this person may have had another child with someone else, and to get themselves out of some sort of obligation or situation they had with Divine Collective or with another person, they made something up. They twisted the truth in a situation. And something here is more serious than that, because somebody's looking into this situation here and someone has gotten caught. Someone's being seen for who or what they truly are. And again, something has to do with money and finances. Something has to do with some sort of setup. Round and round. This is very much some sort of like karmic lesson for someone. I also feel like this person, this person here, to get out of a situation, they created drama. They created some sort of drama, a storm of drama, to help kind of like escape something. The setup is has something to do with finances, money, finances, work. Someone here may have been trying to block. It's like someone here may have been trying to point the finger or block you, block your finances, block your work, so they wouldn't be seen. Or there's some sort of obligation, or so their money and finances wouldn't be looked at, something like that here. This is really giving me the energy of like, I'm going to get to you before you get to me. I'm going to F you up so you like can't get to me. That's kind of what's coming through. Conflict. Yeah, this has something to do, like, I'm gonna defeat you. I'm gonna defeat your money, your work, your finances. So you can't do something. So something may really have been like a legal issue, or something was being seen. Maybe this person did something illegal to you, and so you couldn't do something about it. This person like tried to do something, tried to point some sort of finger, tried to create some sort of setup against Divine Collective. Anything else we need to know about this? Yeah, this person was trying to like run away, trying to set themselves free from something. This person may have had an affair. Maybe this person owed you money and they had an affair. So they created all of this drama, lies, or maybe even something more serious here with the justice. Because initially it's coming out like someone trying to look into, well, we need to look into this. Somebody needs to look into that. Somebody needs to look into that person. Confirmation. This person here may have literally like tried to get you in some sort of legal trouble so they could get away with having, literally free is underneath this here. So they could be free to do this whenever, however. So they could be free to have some sort of private relationship or to engage in some sort of different situation. I'm also getting, when it comes to this, like spiritual spying has been coming up significant for some of you in Divine Collective. Literally spiritual spying. So that can mean anything. That can mean someone's like scrying themselves. Someone could be overindulging in like certain kinds of substances that help them do some sort of like scrying. Someone could be paying for like readings on you, on the situation. This is a hater who's angry. Someone here is angry, and someone is being seen as or someone is a hater, but they're trying to hide this. Someone here could even hate your spiritual belief system or your religious belief system, and this is part of why they were doing this. This is part of why they decided that this is the way something should go down, that you should get in trouble for something. Yeah, that's that. There it is. Something didn't work out. Whatever they were trying to do to Divine Collective didn't work out. Knowing they effed up. Nine of Swords energy. Anxiety. Someone here may have tried to get you in something. You know what I'm getting? This is fairly specific for someone here. This person, because again, Divine Collective saw this for what it was and tried to distance themselves as soon as they figured out. Again, they could have even gotten some sort of like heads up from your spiritual team trying to protect you. I'm really getting that this person, this ex here, could have even done something, some sort of doings in your name. Maybe even did like a fake business and put it in your name or something. And then the minute that this felt necessary, be like, well, y'all need to look into that because look, they got some sort of illegal business, illegal finances, something like that is what's going on in this situation. This was part of what the setup was. This was meant to get you out of the way. Maybe there's some reason why they needed to get you out of the way. Regardless, that's going to be, you know best of why ever that is. Again, if you don't resonate with this particular energy, then this reading is not for you. And that's fine if you find it entertaining, but definitely don't take anything, because this is an intense reading. Don't take that on you if it's not for you. Something's not working out. And someone here who is pointing the finger at Divine Collective has been seen for they're not a pillar in their community. They don't do things by the up and up behind closed doors. It's really like tables have been turned on this person with whatever the setup is. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Fire. Firestorm. Karmic firestorm. So someone here who wanted to set up Divine Collective got set up. The tables just turned. I'm not going to even say you got set up by God. Just God allowed the tables to turn on you. God was like, oh, well, this is a karmic situation. So whatever karma you shoot towards them, if Divine Collective woke up to something and understood a karmic lesson, maybe even more so, they already forgave the karmic individuals involved. Everything they do towards that person is going to bounce right back on them. Oops. Oops, 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 oops. Something about, yeah, this is for you here. Hang in there. Hang in there for Divine Collective. Or you did have to for a very long time. You have some sort of new beginning. Confirmation you have a new beginning around the corner. You're going to be rewarded for how well you followed divine guidance in this situation. It was necessary. For whoever you are in Divine Collective, it was really necessary because whoever you were up against thinks they're really good at, or this person really could be very good at playing a game, at doing stuff like this and getting away with it. Yeah, something's coming into balance. It's really giving me, somehow with this marriage out here, karmic marriage, this marriage that started coming out of nowhere. Both individuals in this karmic couple are involved when it comes to whatever comes back on this person, right? Like the setup didn't work out, this person knows something's going to bounce back on them legally. Is going to bounce back on both of these individuals, is what I'm getting. This is coming out. This actually came out on top of this hater energy. You knew this person in more. This has happened in more than one lifetime. This person has refused. This is why they are your hater. This person refused to change things about their life. This person refuses to grow. This person also refuses to persevere. Oh, shit. That's part of this person's karmic lesson when it comes to you, or when it comes to whatever this is. On a soul level, the particular lesson for this hater here, who may or may not be going through an ego death now or in the near future, part of their soul level lesson is something about persevering. This person does this. They do this in relationships or partnerships, or in kind of commitments. When this person feels tied down by a commitment and they decide they want to be set free, this person they don't persevere through anything. So this person may be getting some sort of major soul level wake up at this time. It's time for a change. That's part of how karma works. If God insists that there is a lesson that you're meant to learn, there's something that your soul is meant to go through and experience and grow from, and you keep denying it and rejecting it and walking away from it, Jonah and the whale. That whale's going to just come get you. The lesson is going to get more and more, and this is where this person's at. This lesson has gotten more and more intense, possibly even when it comes to Divine Collective. Again, if this karmic situation has come up more than once for you and this person, just hang in there and have gratitude, or that's something you have been doing. You know what this keeps giving me? There's a card in the tea leaf oracle deck with like, I think it's a grasshopper is on it, maybe. But it says something like situations that require careful handling or coming into balance. That's what's going on in this situation. Something, the table has been turned. Something's already underway when it comes to this situation. Yeah, you have something good coming towards you. This is being, I'm not even going to say too much about that because Spirit's really trying to protect this new beginning for whoever you are. But you have something really good that's going to, it's going to make up for this, like, believe it or not, because something's very intense here, and it's like, how could you make up for this at this point? But something's really going to make up for this. Yeah, you've got peace coming in. You really have some sort of peaceful new beginning coming towards you. Confirmation on the judgment. This situation started out under divine judgment. Possibly the minute this person did something to set you up, it became under divine judgment in that moment. And it is trickled through to the 3D here with this. Because that's what they wanted for you. So something's very karmic, and whatever they wanted for you, this person knows this. They know they fucked up, is what it says. Final messages, please, for Divine Collective. Whatever it is that brings you peace, that like you've been dreaming about, you're going to have it. You're going to have it. That's a confirmation for someone. And part of it is because it was so very important for you to be obedient to whatever God asked of you as this thing came into balance, as something got sorted out in this situation. Yeah, I just saw end of a cycle, which is like about end of a karmic cycle. So you've completed this karmic cycle. I feel like this is this other person or this other group. This could be why they feel anxious. Someone here is confused why you were so calm, while you were at peace at this time. Confirmation, end of a cycle. I just said I saw that card. So you have completed this karmic situation. And if this is you in confusion or like not knowing whether or not you can like set your guard down, you can. You are safe to do so. You're very much protected in this situation. This, whatever this is, has come to an end. You have a new beginning is coming in for you. Yeah, you're in touch. It says you're in touch with your truth in this situation. So you don't need to worry or doubt. Like it says, lovingly asserting yourself. Be at peace. But I really am getting that that's part of why someone here feels anxious. This could be like on an intuitive level or like a spiritual level. This person knows something's not right. Something didn't go accordingly. Something didn't go to plan. The plan isn't working. Confirmation. You are protected from all types of harm. The worst is behind you now. I ask you to relax and feel safe. So that's, yeah, this is definitely the end of a karmic cycle here, because forgiveness is very important regardless of what the other individual did. You will be surprised at the types of things that God will say, let bygones be bygones about. All wise, all knowing is way more advanced than we are. Schooling, study, next to this forgiveness, this is very much the end of a karmic situation. Is like really, really the World card. I'm pretty sure that came out initially. The World card, this is very much Like you overcame, you learned, you grew from this karmic lesson, and everything else is coming into balance at this point. I hope you guys got confirmation, clarity, or you enjoyed the reading. Have a great weekend.